Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Wednesday, June the 16th, the year's 2021. Let's talk trading. DSR trading part 3. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. So, I thought what I should do today is have a real simple DSR screen. And let me show you the indicators I have loaded up. Yes, I have the 2020 DYN SR scalper indicator that is basically like training wheels. It tells you, pretty much ready, set, go. And as you can see right now, there's not a DSR trade to be had. So, for example, in this particular instance, we're on the M5 chart. We've got the scalper set to M5, but we could always switch over to M1, and I guess what I can do is take the scalper here and my period current. So whatever chart we put it on, we'd see if there's a DSR trade to be had. So right now we've got a 2-1-1 pattern. We always look at the current and the two previous to see what the pattern is. So a 2-1-1 is probably not the best DSR trade. Right here we have a Walmart line. You can see a 1 ball. So this would be the weight candle, and we'd want to be looking to enter right about there. So let's just see what happens. And you can see the previous range between the balls was, all right, I think this is the previous range of the candle, was less than 2.8. So right now we've got a 1 ball just got put in, so we get the wait for this M1 to close. Then the next M1, we want to wait for this one to close unless it puts in a new 1 ball. And then we start that all over again. In fact, it's funny. I was talking to a new friend of mine, and they were asking me about trading, and they said something. I said something about waiting. I go, well, trading is about 99% waiting, because it only takes 1 click to enter a trade and 1 click to exit. Everything else is waiting. And so we get to wait again for a couple minutes, let this candle close. And if you're wondering, I just built this template so we could have as few things on it so we can really focus on the DSR. Now the red dots, that's the dynamic resistance, and the blue is the dynamic support. Once again, based off of the TRO dynamic SR indicator. That I think out of all the indicators, that's one of the ones that I was originally most famous for, if you want to call it fame. But a lot of people liked it because it seemed to be superior to the other support resistance indicators that were out there, because I wrote that back when I was trading stocks on TradeStation. So, and then I also had it on eSignal, and then it came over to MT4, I think around 2007 or 8, whenever I started trading. As you can see here, we now have a 3 ball, so we have a 2-1-3 pattern. So, but usually when we have a 3 ball here, so we're going to look to go long. And actually, we're about a good time to reverse. We've got 5 more minutes left in the hour. And so usually, like Walmart will take trades. He'll take Walmart trades at the first half, and he looks for DSRs usually during the second half. And right here, you could see there was a potential trade, but it really wasn't a true DSR trade, because you would have taken the break of that low right there. So now we're putting in a lower low, and you can see the dynamic support resistance dots falling down. Now this is set to 5, which matches the 1 ball. If you like, you can go in, and if you change it to 34, the I periods, then it'll match the 3 ball. And usually when I do that, what I'll also do is I'll make the diamonds a little bit bigger, because most people think they're dots, but I actually use diamonds. So because I have so many dots on other indicators, I needed something to distinguish it. So you can see here we just had that level. That's the 3 ball level. So you notice that the dots will follow the 3 ball, so because it's doing it dynamically. And so some people say the 3LZZ repaints. It's like, no, it's just showing you dynamically. So we've got the 3 ball. Now we've got the high of the 3 ball candle right there at the moment. And we just wait for this candle to close. Now we've got a new candle, and this is what we call the wait candle. Now, one of the things you have to be careful about is getting sucked in on the wait candle, because sometimes it'll take off. Other times it'll go up, suck you in, and then take you right back down. So usually what you want to look at is how fast did price come down. And once again, you see we just made a new 3 ball. And that's what I was talking about, getting sucked in. So when you see price coming down like this, what you want to do is you want to see price settle out and then go up. So for example, let's see, do we have one on the chart? No, we really don't have an example of that right now. Maybe if I go back a little bit. No, we don't really have that. So what we want to see now is price go horizontal for a little bit and then take the break. I need to take a quick peek at the DSR scalper indicator. It must be built in. I thought there was a way to adjust the range. So once again, we've got this wait candle. If it doesn't put in a 3 ball, which it didn't, now we want to take the break right here at about 41.05. Is that it? Yeah, 41.052. That's where we want to take the long trade. So I'll just leave the crosshairs up there. And if you want to know how to get the crosshairs, if you hit Control F, it'll give you crosshairs. And then if you hit Control F again, actually if you left click, it'll take them away. Or if you have a button, that scroll button, you can press it and you'll put the crosshairs up. So right here, this is where we're looking for the break. Now let's just see what happens. And it's 12:30 New York time, so most of the big boys are out to lunch. So we're not really looking for a lot of fast price action at the moment. In fact, let's see. I guess I was looking for something that had the dynamic range on it. Guess I don't have it. Can add that indicator later. So once again, we're looking for the break here at 052 to see what happens. Now, if you were playing the lowest high, that was put in on that last candle right here. So you could actually have taken the break on this candle. But a strict DSR trade, is we'd be taking the break of this 3-ball candle, which is right there. Oh, we have a new 3-ball, so that's off. So now, and we got another new 3-ball, so that one is off. So once again, we just wait. If we switch back over to M5, we can take a look and see we're working on a 3-ball candle there. Or I'm sorry, a 1-ball candle. But back on M1, that's a 3. So we're going to let that candle close. Because the whole idea is to be patient and not get sucked into the trade. Now, remember, we had the old trigger line was at 052. The new trigger line would be at 049. And you can see how price is bumping its head. Now, since this was a bull candle off a 3-ball, you might want to take the break of the high even on the weight candle. But it hasn't quite broken it. So price is telling us something right here. It's having a hard time getting through that level. And we've only got about 15 seconds left in this candle. And there it goes. So if you were in at 049 and let's call it 5, you're up a couple of points at the moment, and you see a 1-ball just got put in. So that means it's out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's made a new high. And as you can see, price, that 1-ball put in, and then price turned around. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of times, as soon as I see a 1-ball, I exit because of what happens here. Now, of course, the next candle could turn and go up, or it could continue down. Anything can happen. We don't know. It's trading. But as you can see, you're getting another opportunity to get in at that level here, which was 049. So if you didn't take the first trade, you can now try it again. Or if you're still in that first trade, if your stop was down here, you're just riding it out. But the distance from here to here is only what? A couple of pips. So if you wanted to have a tight stop of 3 pips, there you go. One thing to note, a lot of times on DSR trades, you're trading against the H1. So in this case, we trade against the H1 candle color and the H4. And you see here, price popped in at a 5.9, but you saw how fast that happened. Unless you had a computer sitting, your computer was sitting right next to their server, you wouldn't have gotten that trade. So, fellow traders, we'll just have to wait and see how that trade plays out. But I hope that answers most of your questions on DSR. If you have any more about the dynamic support resistance trade, feel free to ask. And when you sit down at your trading platform, always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.